Hi, this is Greg Giovenno, attorney with Chesapeake Wills and Trusts and author of the book, How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings in Maryland. And in today's video, we're going to go to the whiteboard to talk about Medicaid compliant annuities. All right, so here we are back at the whiteboard. We're going to talk about a Medicaid compliant annuity. So Medicaid compliant annuities are part of a larger overall Medicaid crisis strategy. And if you're on YouTube, take a look at the links down below. We have another video that talks about what is Medicaid crisis planning. Basically, we're saying if you're in the nursing home, it's still not too late to plan. And a Medicaid compliant annuity, if properly purchased with the right requirements set out by the government, you can protect a large part of the family's assets. We use the Medicaid compliant annuity, particularly as it relates to a married couple where you still have one spouse at home and the other spouse is in the nursing home. A Medicaid compliant annuity should only be purchased after you receive competent legal advice from an elder law attorney. You can't go to your financial advisor or your local bank in order to purchase one of these Medicaid compliant annuities due to the stringent requirements placed by the government on the terms of the annuity. We won't necessarily get into the terms of the annuity during this video. I just want you to conceptually understand how these work. So let's turn to the whiteboard and let's go through some numbers here. This says home. So the spouse that lives at the house is allowed to keep, let's say, $130,000. At least at the time of shooting this video in the state of Maryland, that's roughly what the requirements are. As time goes on, that number goes up ever so much every year. Spouse in the nursing home is allowed to keep $2,500. So between both spouses, Medicaid will not pay for the care for the spouse in the nursing home until the couple only has $132,500 in their name. Now, this is a common scenario that we see. We have a house that's worth about $350,000 and other assets worth about $400,000. And I put other assets because it covers everything. It covers retirement benefits, IRAs, 401ks, CDs, monies in regular annuities that you would purchase. So assets count everything. About another $400,000. So you can see this couple would have about $750,000, $750,000, which is well above the $132,000 limit. But if you the right kind of planning and purchasing a Medicaid compliant annuity, we could actually get this couple qualified for Medicaid fairly quickly. So, as long as we have one spouse that is still living at home, the value of the house does not count for Medicaid qualification purposes. So right there, we've taken $350,000 off the table from Medicaid qualification, which then leaves the other assets of $400,000 that we have to deal with. So don't forget, we have $400,000 in assets here. They're allowed to keep $132,500, which leaves an overage of about $267,500. That, if you look at that number, say, well, if I got to pay $10,000, let's assume to the nursing home every month, that's about 27 months, a little over 2 years of nursing home care that you would have to pay for out of pocket to get down to the $132,500 limit. But this is where the Medicaid compliant annuity comes in. So I'm going to draw a box. I'm going to call that box the annuity box. I'm going to put MCA. It stands for Medicaid Compliant Annuity in the box. We take the $267,500 and we use that money to purchase the Medicaid compliant annuity. Now, the transfer from the couple to the Medicaid compliant annuity is what we call a non-penalized transfer, so long as the Medicaid compliant annuity meets the requirements set out by the government. So there's been a transfer made now of $267,000, which then leaves the couple with the $132,500 that they're allowed to keep. And now the spouse in the nursing home is fully qualified for Medicaid benefits. Now we can apply. Now, the money that's in the Medicaid compliant annuity Well, that gets paid out every month to the spouse who still lives at home. So let's say we purchase an annuity with a 24-month period of time. That means that over the course of 24 months, the spouse living at home is going to receive a check for a little more than $11,000 every month. The spouse living at home can take that money and invest it, spend it, whatever they would like to do, once they have the money coming back every single month from the annuity. So this is what a Medicaid compliant annuity does. Overage gets purchased, and there's a monthly income that comes back to the spouse who's living at home. Again, this is a bit of an oversimplification of how the process works. Please, again, only purchase one of these Medicaid compliant annuities after receiving competent legal advice from an elder law attorney. Just buying a regular annuity will not likely satisfy the requirements the government has for the purchase of these annuities. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment below. As always, hit the subscribe button to get notified of new content every time we post it to our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.